Alright, and with that, we are live. Welcome to my extremely contrived stream for the night, where I'm streaming Beatmania Pocket, which is an LCD game with unique sound capabilities. It's better than you would expect by a little bit. And Beatmania for WonderSwan, a game I've had and enjoyed for a while that I now would like to enjoy with you guys. All right. So I guess a little tiny introduction to this handheld. I mean, I picked it up recently, but I've been kind of hunting for one for a while. They're more than bleeps and bloops, but only just barely more. It's really interesting sounding. Konami though did put a headphone jack on here, which is awesome because it made streaming this a little bit nicer since I can actually record it into my mixer rather than just having like an ambient sound recording or having to hack in a headphone jack. And for WonderSwan, I'm really lucky because I got a headphone jack back kind of before the whole retro handhelds thing blew up, and it was cheap back then. Actually, it was a gift from a friend, come to think of it. He had a spare. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with Beatmania Pocket 2. And I think I'm just going to go through the normal play modes. Starts out with practice mode with a couple easy songs, and then you can do normal mode, which is kind of a gauntlet of not quite as easy songs. And there's free mode, and there's no continue either. So if I end up sucking and I can't clear, I'll probably just go into free mode and play the one by one. But you do get a little bit of an ending when you go through standard mode. And let me know how the levels are, by the way. I've been kind of tweaking them on the fly. They're very different between this handheld and that one. So if one's like super loud or something, baby fingers? Man, I got sausage fingers. We'll be fine. All right. So yeah, let me know if the audio is weird or anything like that. But I think I've got an okay balance. This probably won't be a terribly long stream. There are not that many songs between both of these. All right, so practice mode. So this is Jam Jam Reggae. Continuing. DJ battle, just like third mix and all that. Minus any kind of instruction from the DJ. Do you really think you can scratch well? I don't know. He might not be asking me that. Oh yeah, I really had to kind of tweak the camera, so if the LCD is really blown out looking and you can't see anything, please speak up. I can fix that and I know how. Oh yeah, only the middle key goes forward. Still not used to this UI. So the funny thing is, I don't think emotion sounds appreciably worse through this thing. little bit harder to do that at an angle. So the turntable actually works decently on here. It's this little spring-loaded thing with these two really sensitive like leaf switches. It works pretty well. And we've cleared practice mode with no fanfare. Where's the GST for this? I have heard there are lineouts out there. There is an autoplay mode on these, so it does exist. I found it very cute that they have an attract mode, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this like LED here. Like, God, I mean, yes, they really did their best. They were like, yeah, the cabinet's got all these crazy lights, so we can at least get this really dim LED to just kind of, you know, blink when things happen. All right, so normal mode, which is kind of interesting. I thought the last song was kind of a poor choice for this handheld, which makes it all the more fun to play. Also, after this, I might bring out an accessory to aid my Beatmania ability. Let's go to Toshiashiki. We can do that. These buttons actually don't feel that bad. They're like a slightly stiff, like, gamepad button. They're a hard plastic button. I mean, it could feel like crappy, like a rubber, like, remote control kind of thing. Cool. I did not bump that too hard. The setup I have to record from this is really rigged, and yeah, I bumped it and had to realign everything before. Hopefully we don't have to. All right, so this is definitely chintzy, but it does help to towel for the later stages. Just got to get it on right. Excuse me. I think that should be okay. I do like the font. I mean, it's not really the 5 keys font, but it's, you know, it's an approximation. Might be just a little bit much. I think I'll be okay. So this is a free scratch zone, but I'm not going to free scratch in here. I'd rather play it safe. So my reaction speed, still not quite used to this layout. Funny enough, playing on the WonderSwan feels a bit more natural than on here. I don't know why. I really feel like I can like really jam out on WonderSwan, not quite so much on here. Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are with DJ Battle. that a border fill or a border clear? Sheet. I might have failed. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Okay. Border bonus. We're cool with that. The timing is horrible. Hopefully there's not video lag because I did try and really cinch up my sources. You should hear audio at the same time you see something happen on here. I mean, if it does seem really off, please do let me know, but it should be okay. But yeah, it isn't exactly easy to time on here. Funny enough, emotion feels fine to time. Thanks. Capture the soundtrack. I mean, I could later, yeah. Alright, after this, I might want a towel just to... Nah, I think I'm fine. This is probably just fine. So, I like this approximation of stop violence. What I like about Stop Violence is it's also on Beatmania for WonderSwan. We'll get to compare the two. Yeah. They simplified that scratch. It's supposed to be quicker. I don't know if this is like the easy chart that I never play from 5 keys, or they just simplified things a whole bunch. Oh yes, we will see the WonderSwan version. It's actually very impressive. It might be one of the like most fan service like 5 keys shout outs I've ever seen. Okay, how many songs in are we in? That's number 4, then this should be number 5. Yeah, okay. So this is Love to Me, and surprisingly, the chart is not that simplified. So, I think the timing on this chart is made lenient, and I definitely think the life bar on this chart is made lenient because I don't think. I mean, I played this song like trash, and I think I probably would not have gotten the end, but I think they just said. Konami must have said, this is just going to be too hard to do on like a real life bar, so let's just kind of give it to him. You mash enough, and you'll just kind of get it. I'm going to do this in free mode and see if I can do the Beatmania Koryaku point strat of drumming alternate fingers, because that's just so freaking fun to do. Alright. So we now get to see the ending of the game. All stage clear. That's it. I beat the game, guys. Like, took a lot to get me here. Very proud of myself. Okay. Copyright Konami. Put your name up there. You deserve it. Alright, so let's go into free mode because I really want to try hitting that two-handedly. Then I'm going to do a quick transition and set up the WonderSwan version quick as I can. I mean, I could do it on the fly, but I don't think anyone really cares to see that and hear me, yell, God damn it, why isn't this working? So I'll spare you guys. All right, so by the way, this thing not being the normal like 5 keys layout where it overlaps really throws me off for some reason because I play this way on like the final. Kind of works. I've had little child fingers, probably a lot easier. I mean, my fingers are pretty close to little child fingers. Props to whoever can pull that off consistently on a Beatmania Pocket. See, I just mashed it and I still got it. Alright. Well, it looks like that is indeed possible for anyone who's wanting to know. Alright. Let me tear down for just a split second and we'll go on to Beatmania for WonderSwan, which, if you haven't seen it before, it's a real treat. Like, there was a lot of effort and not a whole lot of konmai on this one. Alright. Give me just a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank you guys for holding on. If only, changing out games on my cab was this easy, I'd be playing Complete Mix 2 a lot more often. In any case, here's Beatmania for WonderSwan. It's basically a miniaturized port of Third Mix. They really tried to capture a lot of the Third Mix aesthetic. It's really cool as a result. The song list is entirely from Third Mix. And the charts are not simplified. The layout that it defaults to is basically like playing on a DualShock. So you have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. But for Scratch, you have this horrible dinky thing. So remember how I said the Scratch on the Beatmania Pocket is really sensitive? So this thing it turns and it presses the A button, which is underneath it, about once every third turn. There's a lot of slop. It's really hard to get right. Like, you can kind of hear it clicking. I'll try and be quiet. Like, the first click is it depressing. The second one is it coming back up. So, as a result, it seems like they made Scratch timing more lenient. I'm not totally sure if it's all timing more lenient or just Scratch, but I can say I have hit Scratches really late and still gotten a good, and I'm like, that's not a good. But I think they knew that this was just going to be kind of strange and crappy, and they just said, okay, we can fix this, just give them really loose timing. So if you want to cheat, just take this off, press the A button. But unfortunately, I'm kind of a stickler for authenticity in this regard. I don't really want to deviate from the norm here. There's another layout that's sort of similar to the DualShock layout, but I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but these two are Scratch, but I don't play that way. So I've found that playing with my fingertips actually makes this doable. There's a pretty good selection of songs in here, and the upper level of difficulty is higher than that of Beatmania Pocket 2. And as fun as it is to play with my thumbs, I like playing that way. For the upper level songs, I can't clear them unless it's taped down to the table like this. All right. So, without further ado, let's get on with Beatmania for WonderSwan. So I absolutely love this background song. I think this was also in Beatmania Third Mix on PS1's menu music. Like, seriously, there's a party going, there's Nouveau Nude playing. I mean, remember how Beatmania used to be about the club atmosphere and your money score was how much money you earned in the club? Like, this is back when they were still committed to that, and I gotta commend them for that. Alrighty. So, there's not much reason to go through standard mode with everything unlocked. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna, well, actually no, there is one reason, and that's DJ Battle. So let me do a set on a normal mode. Then I'll do a set on free mode, and then I'll show you the expert courses. There are a couple. Alright. So unfortunately, the turntable does not select here. You just have your up, down. I may as well start with funk. But yeah, the sound quality is actually not very compromised. They've downsampled it a fair bit, but it's all there. That's really impressive. And they preserved a lot of the animation as well. Forgive me, I'm not the most accustomed to playing this way. My controller of choice for Beatmania tends to be a lot larger than this. there's an accessory. From what I've been told, it's actually somewhat complicated. There's some kind of digital audio coming out of the headphone jack on WonderSwan, and that thing decoded the digital audio to analog. So yeah, it's not like say the Game Boy Advance SP, which just had analog audio on the port and it just makes it into a connector. Like, no, there's no analog audio for headphone coming out of the WonderSwan at all. You can't like mod one in. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that like there hasn't been an effort to make a homebrew headphone jack for WonderSwan, because I'd say whoever could sell that would make a killing, but they probably wouldn't, and that's probably why. But yeah, if you've only ever heard this through the WonderSwan's speaker jack, you'd probably not really notice how much the audio is intact. The speaker on here is really not that good, and in fact, until I got my headphone jack out, I thought there was some kind of like error or something, because I'd heard lineouts from emulators before, and I was like, why did the lineouts on emulators sound so good and this sounds so bad? Like, was there some kind of filter that was present in like the WonderSwan hardware? No. It's just that much of a difference when you use headphones. So I'm definitely gonna play this song. Yeah, I got the headphone jack from a friend a really long time ago. He got it from some visual novel that included, and it was just his spare. And I remember when I got into WonderSwan, he was like, "Oh, you can have this." One thing that might not be obvious, there's a bulge for the AA battery that the WonderSwan has, and so this is sitting at a tilt as a result. I think the problem might be the connector. I think it's a proprietary connector, which is why we don't have like a real like replacement component cable for GameCube, for example. I think the main reason why no one's done any like plug and play thing is because they can't find the connector. But the WonderSwan one's pretty simple. So I think now, yeah, all right. I might fail here. DJ Battle on this thing isn't easy. It's really not.
Do you really think that you can scratch well? Well, if you keep up with my scratch technique, I'll accept you. Right, get ready.
Well, that's done. Sorry to disappoint.
Too bad. That's not enough effort to be the DJ of this club. Come back again. I'm always here to teach you new tricks.
There's no trick. The turntable just sucks. Alright, so I don't think we're going to see a full round of standard mode. Well, I mean, I'm not doing standard mode without DJ Battle. That's the whole reason why I played it. So what I'm going to... Oh, we can't continue? Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, then let's just skip DJ Battle then. Alright. Gonna have to start playing less easy songs at some point. I usually play like this, where I just use my thumb for 4 and 5, and I just keep my finger right by the turntable. And playing like that, I was able to finally clear the harder songs in this game. I mean, it's kind of like the upper levels of like 2DX and Beatmania, where they say you play freeform and it's funner at like the slower, easier levels, but you start to adapt to more like static, more efficient, but less fun play style. And it's like, it's true for this too. Like, what the heck? The buttons are actually pretty sensitive on here. I'm just not good at hitting them. I really love also how this game is in portrait mode. I'd been saying for years when I was playing 2DX a whole lot on PS2, it would be badass if Konami made like a portrait mode 2DX mode where you could like turn your TV on its side and play like a really, really tall lane. But I mean that would require Konami like doing something cool and well. I already played that though. Okay, I think I'll play house. It'll be a warm-up for later because I want to play house again. I haven't needed the tape towel yet. I'll need it soon though. But I'm intentionally kind of picking songs this round where I don't need it. It seems like a bad idea if your CRT is a busta. Now, I used to play with like no towel, like high speed, like as fast as I could read. So I'd be like, yeah, give me like high speed 7 plus TV on its side. I'd do that. Remember when this was a hard song? Yeah, I mean, I did start to realize, like, you can use 7 plus for more than when a song is going so slowly that even high speed 4 doesn't pull it up fast enough. But before those days, I was just like, man, it'd be so cool to have, like, high speed 7 and be able to do 120 BPM songs with my 29-inch TV on its side. Did not get a 5th stage, but that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna start going through free mode. So we played Cat Song, Find Out, Beginning of Life, and 20 November. Hopefully I don't repeat one by mistake. And I guess I'll let this go through the credits, because why not? There's one English sounding name in here, but I have to wonder if it's like a joke or something. Who is AC Jonath, who did graphics compiling? That's not a Japanese sounding name. I looked this guy up, I can't find anything. So, rip. Because yes, I totally would go to some guy who like made some like middleware tool for Konami, for WonderSwan, and be like, hey, back in 1999, do you remember like making some Beatmania game? Talk to me, man. And he'd probably say, go away, what the hell's this? Is a headphone adapter really that expensive? Man, I wonder if people are just modding. I wonder if there's a mod to just get mono from the speaker jack then. Well, there's got to be some kind of DAC within the WonderSwan. I wonder if they use the same one. What I really want is a chargeable battery so this thing will sit flat. I've seen one before and I was stupid to have not bought one. Anyway. Alright, I think I'm going to get out the towel. We're going to need it later anyway. It might be a little bit much. We did that one. We did that one. Did we do ambient? What did we do? We did cat song. I'm already forgetting. Anyway, we did not do this one. This is Believe again. Sorry, it's covered up. Did it become misaligned? Have to look into that. There's not that many scratches in this song. I think it did. That felt clunky. So like the only way to get a reliable scratch out of this is to do like an entire like half circle. If you don't, you might not go enough for it to actually register. Shoutouts to the most typical 5-key charting in the game. It doesn't work with the flashcard? Well, it's pretty cheap when I've seen it, and I guess it makes sense. Like, no one cares what Beatmania is but us, so I don't think most people are going to go out of the way to buy this weird game that, you know, is a difficult, too difficult for its own good, really, rhythm game. I did funk. Did I do soul though? Soul is, I did ambient. I don't think I did soul. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Bossa Groove. So this is La Bossa Nova de Fabian. Which I think I actually hadn't cleared it all until last night. Adopting my new technique. Might be a little bit much towel. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, this is too much towel. Oh, I know how to tell. I remember how I got it last time. I'll adjust it mid-game. I remember now. It was halfway through the stars indicator. On the difficulty. Alright. If only rebooting my cab was this quick. That's about where it should be. Yeah, it's about halfway through where the stars show up. Oh, those are between. Whoops. So this song's always been weird in 5 keys, because, like, I don't know if it's just filtered or just has, like, a crap sample rate. Knowing Konami, it's probably the latter. But you take that, and then you just downsample it like this, you hardly notice.
Je me dis que je suis un ange, mais je crois que tu m'as entendu. Que ça reste une théorie. Ton regard m'ensorcelle. Ta chaleur me fait trembler de moi.
I think that's about where I want the towel. So now we get to hear a really good rendition of Stop Violence. I think it's a matter of having Flash to actually hold the ROM while the game's reading from it. It doesn't like read from the SD. It like loads into Flash.
Shake it up, please.
Is that border fill or border clear? I think it's a border fill. Yeah. Damn, is this turntable on right? Or... I guess so. Alright. I did clear it last night. I just kind of hope I pick it up by the time I get to the hard songs. Which, alright. MGS Espacio Brothers remix or whatever. It won't go flying off, actually. It's on pretty good. On the original WonderSwan, it's held in place by these 2 screw holes. It kind of latches into them with these pegs on the back. On the Crystal, it fits 1 screw hole. Yeah, I was really curious about the turntable when, like, before I got the game. I was like, so what's the deal? Is it like an add-on, like you can't really tell, but it hooks up like through the like headphone or the accessory port? But no, it's just this dinky Konami thing. And speaking of dinky, this song, I don't know, not one of the better 5-key songs really, but people know what it is, so. Actually, people don't know what it is because what? Like, they plagiarized the song, so like Konami's like, new theme song now. The song's just plain outdated. It can go. if I remember right, this was in one of the keyboard mega packs for Stepmania, because a friend of mine randomly knew this song back when I got Beatmania US, and I was like, what? How the hell do you know that? But yeah, the scratch really kind of kills this game. I mean, I've cleared every song in the game with this arrangement, but So, this is Queen's Jamaica, which is not a song I'm that familiar with. The towel actually was a little bit short for this, so let me extend it by a little. If I remember right, I needed that. It's got some tricky stuff in this chart. It's actually a fair bit of scratching. I think it might be just a little bit much. Something more like this. Yeah, that button layout is for scrubs. Should not be getting tripped out on what button goes what. Oh. Why? Why, thank you. Well, my hero cleared the game, you know. Okay. Yeah, I see. Thanks. So I guess in Dan Adam tradition, I'm gonna try and do 20 November stealth. A little bit tough on here. Is that enough? It seems like enough. Yeah, alright, we got enough. I think I'm slacking on that a little bit. I know I kind of screwed up one pattern, but had to do it. Oh, actually, I actually timed that kind of okay. Typically when I play blind, I get like tons and tons of goods, and it's especially hard when you don't play on a cabinet because on a cabinet you can tell with the neons how well you're doing. Not quite the case on this. You just have to look at your life bar. but then again, if you don't have to look at anything, it's easy. Oh, and you can also kind of cheat in you can also kind of cheat on a non-WonderSwan Beatmania because you can see the lane flares and see how well you're doing and the combo and everything. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you see a bunch of like, if you see the combo go up but you don't see lane flares, that means you're getting all goods, you know, to choke up or choke down and blah blah blah. Okay. So this one only took me like a couple tries. The next one, I think there's only one more song. Took me more than a couple tries. Trap, this wouldn't be so LOL if you just like loan me like a WonderSwan TV out kit, man. A little bit too much towel, I think. So this is really easy to one hand because all the button action during the turntable parts are on the left anyway. Come by and pick it up. Okay. And yep, okay. This one I really want to try and clear on stream. I got it last night after I kind of like sat down, studied it, practiced my technique just a little bit. I think we're gonna choke up just a little bit on this towel. If I start getting all late, then or all early, then maybe I'm stuck with what I got used to. A couple pixels makes all the difference. All right. Yeah, link me to said French dude at some point, please. I'm highly interested. Now, what I really want would be a way to get TV out from a Neo Geo Pocket Color. And yes, I know there's that one SNK dev kit that does so, but I mean, something else, you know? That one dude who made all those Lynx kits, make one for Neo Geo, please. I think I can get it in a couple more tries. This is about how it went, like, up until I got it. And when I did, I actually got very few misses. Oh, the Lynx guy is doing it. Cool. I mean, I would say the Lynx, a completely uninformed opinion, but having had time with all of them, I would kind of say the Lynx probably has about as much popularity as, like, the Neo Geo Pocket and WonderSwan. Like, I'd say the Game Gear is more popular than all those. And the Game Gear's got TV out. The Lynx is TV out. So maybe one by one they will fall. That would be really cool to see. No, unfortunately, it does not have those in others. That would be amazing. So what really got me going, like, when I finally cleared this was, like, figuring out exactly how to move my thumb. Because I had a way of sliding it from 5 to 4 that, like, made it a lot easier. Got my clear. Alright. I think that was everything, or did I skip one of the Nuvo Nude songs? I'll loop back just to make sure. I think I did Soul and Ambient. No, I don't think I played this. Whoops. Got love hitting the wrong button when it's like an entire measure long. By the way, this is like one of my prime examples of like a really good chart. Like really good charting without that many notes. Like this is like the epitome of like an easy 5-piece song. Like they have a rhythm that's fun to hit. It's varied enough. It's fun. There's still a few tricks left in this game. Kind of reminds me of a JKOC, how I have a controller that works against you the whole time you're playing it. You'll just be playing a JKOC, and assuming it's not modded, you'll hit a button and nothing happens because it jammed, and you just hit the jammed button. And it's like, oh well, that's just part of playing. You'll just miss sometimes because this controller sucks. So I tried zooming in on the screen itself, and like, the CCD on this thing is super noisy, so I just saw a bunch of crawling crap all over the screen with like a vague representation of the LCD under it. I'm just using a Logitech C920 camera. So yeah, I kind of thought it'd probably be better to just show this whole thing. I mean, people haven't seen a WonderSwan and Beatmania Pocket as it is for the most part, so yeah, that was the decision I went with. They both have their trade-offs. If I was feeling less ambitious and more like wanting to play it safe, I probably would have just waited to buy an HDMI out for my iPhone, because I've seen really good results of people capturing from their iPhone. Like you just run the camera in video mode, something like that, and it'll just it'll output, and it's like really nice looking actually, because you get like 60 FPS at 1080p from like your iPhone, and it's nice. But yeah, I was like, nah, I want to do this weekend, and that's what we got. Oh, yeah, that. I haven't really noticed that this like scrolls really smoothly. I mean, it's 75 hertz, so I guess it is scrolling a little bit smoothly. Okay, so there's a few more tricks left up its sleeve. This medley thing is weird. It like chops up a couple songs and you just play parts of it. Thanks. is like shortcut mode in Pump, which more games need to rip off.
Non, je mets ma 11 on regarde mon portable.
This could have been much cooler. It's called Believe Again, and we got it again. Isn't that funny? Okay. This random sucks. This is our RNG? Seriously, Konmai? I'm not sure I played this actually. I mean, it's a neat idea, but it's also kind of like, I don't know. I guess at least they put it there. You don't even get a score. Yeah. I think I skipped Ambient for Dance Pop. I don't remember playing it, so I'm just gonna play it again. No, I don't think I played this. God, it's all Nouveau Nude, Hiroshi Watanabe. They did pick some really good songs. Actually, I did play this, didn't I? Whatever, we're playing it again. Before I show, I think, the last little things I have to show about this really tiny game. Alright, so the last part of this game is the courses. Where's B? There, here's our B. So we have Class A, Class B, and Survival. So there's not much of a theme to Class A and Class B. Actually, if I remember correctly, so maybe this is a third mix quirk. Course mode doesn't have its own life bar. You just play each song and then clear it with normal life bar, and then if you can do that for all 5 without continuing, I guess you've cleared it. So I don't know. It makes it pretty easy. So I don't know if survival has different rules or anything, but, well, this is pretty much the last unique part of the game, and I don't think we saw anything like a survival mode in a Beatmania or 2DX game again until 4th and 5th, I think, both had like a constant play mode. I remember it wasn't really that cool, and then 7th had master mode, which was unique, I guess. It gave us the Bastards glitch. We have that to thank for it. Alright, so let's get on with survival, I guess. Third Mix does have an expert bar. Great, they just didn't implement it for this game. Cool. So, here we go. Remember all those songs we just played? Huh, you start out with a full life bar on this. I wonder if they're approximating it that way. There's also one other thing in the options. There's some assist mode, and I think it might be any key mode in DJ Max and Infinitas. I don't know, I haven't tried it, but that caught my attention. Yeah, check the manual if you want. I didn't want to dig out my box, so I didn't. So it looks like the life bar isn't gaining, which means it's behaving like expert bar. I think, because the end wouldn't be flashing otherwise. Don't know if y'all can really tell. So if that's the case, then maybe the other expert courses actually did have correct behavior, and I just saw this life bar and I was like, oh, Kunmai. So I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna survive with survival. I could blame it all on the turntable, but it's probably gonna be a premature death anyway. If this game has doubles, I will eat my hat. Like, I know you're joking, but like that seriously just seems like that would not happen. The turntable just hits the A button. It turns this peg and lets it go up and down. It's chintzy, it's awful. If it used the A and B buttons, it would probably be a lot better, but it uses just the A button, and it's bad. Like, in the arcade, just a tiny little touch will set it off. That's how it's supposed to work. On this, 1/3 turn or so will set it off. But like, it could be over the button or not over the button, so if you turn it while it's over the button, you'll just move the press down button to not be pressed anymore, which does not count as a scratch. You have to press it down. So the only way to reliably get a scratch, ignoring any kind of timing, is to do it about a half turn. So if you're on the button, you go off it and then back on again. I guess that'd be a 2/3 turn, actually. So if you have a slow song, you can like get the turntable where it's not over the button, so you know your next scratch will actually hit it for sure. Just stupid, awful, and janky, and that's what makes it fun. Shit, did anyone make Beatmania for like TI Calculator? That'd have been pretty sweet if they did. I believe, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get my my ass kicked sooner than later. I don't know. If I can even get to attack the music, I'll be very happy. Leave again. I know I had a couple misses in. I gotta do this one really carefully. Yeah, if they were able to like read like the turntable, like going from the button not being pressed to no longer being pressed, it would be twice as sensitive. Rising and falling edge, if you will. But nope. So this is expert bar behavior. It just doesn't look like the expert bar. They really should have. Like I was saying before, I'm pretty sure the turntable timing is like really lenient, but that still doesn't help. Like you're just gonna miss some. What? Oh my god, I have to check this out. Like I actually just ran across like an old TI calculator in my garage recently. I think I have a cable for one somewhere just because I'm a bit of a nerd. Maybe I could just type it in. I think I did a type in Tetris on my mom's TI-82 a really long time ago, and it didn't work because, of course, it was a type in and I fucked up somewhere. But yeah, you don't need timing to play Beatmania. Or rather, you don't need music. I mean, it's less fun that way. I don't know, I can see it being useful, you know, you break out your TI-83, like, on the subway or whatever. It's too noisy to hear anyway, but you can at least, like, practice attack the music for, like, the 20th time, you know? Well, I mean, you say no sound. I mean, if there's really no sound, that's one thing. But there is a way to get sound out of the headphone jack. Or, it's not the headphone jack, the link jack. I'm sure Trap could fill us in on how that works. But I do know there's some way to get sound out of a TI. You say that, and I want to do it.
Tu vas rien comprendre. Tu vas rien comprendre. Tu sais de quoi je parle? You like it?
Cannot get tongue-tied like that.
dis que je suis un ange, mais je suis comme un petit marron selon. C'est correct, mes chéris. On regarde mon cortège. Ta chaleur me fait trembler des nerfs.
Wow. I went from dancing to shrugging in one song. Not looking good. Oh well, it gives me reason to revisit this if I actually do get that HDMI out for iPhone. I know I have messed with a couple iPhone as webcam apps and they were all kind of shitty. Oops. That's that, and that was from the scratch. Huh, fair enough. Alright. Oh, shit, get to put in my name. DJ Puh, because that's usually how I feel when I play Beatmania. Is there anything else to show in this game? I mean, like I said, there's 2 expert courses and they aren't really themed or anything. They're just, you know, expert. Yeah, there's score saving. I may as well show you guys. You know what? So this is what, 11 songs back to back? Right? 10. This is almost like a precursor to Expert Plus, which they added to the later 5 Keys games. Kinda never thought of it that way, but yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's the 10 hardest songs in the game. It's the only 10 songs in the game, you know? That loop of cheering is horrible. You're horrible. Alright, yeah, it does have records. Oh, never mind. It is not per song records. It's just playing normal mode records. Really? I guess they didn't all do that. Now see, you can have a little bit of fun with this. Since, like, this is reading from ROM and not a CD, you could actually kind of mix. Which you probably don't want to do. Yes, you can mix the first, like, 1 second of each song until you get bored. If only it started out with the Who, that would have a lot more capability. Oh, is this playing without the key sounds? I hadn't noticed that. Is there a way to enable it? Oh, hold on a sec. Oh my god. Okay, this is actually awesome. So random key sounds on up and down, and right is something. Look guys, it's the Nouveau Nude construction kit. Yeah man, Nouveau Nude sample pack, got that on my YouTube. Feel free to use YouTube to MP3 and you know, make your own EDM with this, guys. This one's not as fun. I don't know if we'll have as fun key sounds as a theme of Upa anyway. Do we break it? What? Why does it fuck off after a while? That's really weird. Oh, I see. So it cycles through which key sound you can spam. It's the only one you need for this song. This is the funnest part of the game. I think this is actually how the PlayStation sound test works. More cowbell. All right, I gotta see this through. You ever open up a BMS in Winamp? It goes pretty much exactly like that. Or rather, a BMS folder. Whoops.
Shake it up, please.
This is more entertaining than it should be. This is the only button you need. This is way more entertaining than it should be. Could do Beachside Bunny on this. Not very many key sounds. How'd it go? The another from what's it? Complete Mix. That one, Jack. Where's that like rattle sound? Oh, that's part of the backing track. Well, anyway, I do want to see something. I am very tempted to pull up an autoplay video of Beachside Bunny. Fuck it. We gotta drag this out somehow. Oh shit, I think I got some followers I should shout out to. Yes, shout outs to Queso and Deku Spiel. Thank you very much for the follow. Alright, I'm gonna pull up an autoplay of BSB, because I really want to try and make this happen. I guess that will play out the stream, because like there is pretty much nothing else to show. These two games have very little content, which is not that surprising seeing as how they did it. If you want content, the Game Boy mixes are actually really competent. They time well. They sound like good Game Boy chip tunes. Well, they sound okay. Not great. Some of them are kind of neat sounding. I don't own any of those. I do have a flash cart. Do we at least have like an autoplay video? Great. I'm gonna try spamming that button, and if anyone is still with me by the end of this, then props to you. Sure. I should not have found something so exploitable. Jeez. These are like as long as my videos. Alright, maybe 2DX would not really, probably not a good idea here. Seeing as I don't even remember how BSB's Another goes, like, scratch-wise. I don't know if there's anything else to explore in this game. I mean, I can go over a little bit else of what I know. console, normal, or original. Original will show you, instead of the keys and turntable, the WonderSwan buttons. Design is whatever this, like, it's the border around the game. And B is this one with, like, stripes, and A is this one with, like, squares. And help. Yeah, I guess... So, would any key just let you, like, spam, like, as much as you want? Like, were there people out there that are like, yeah, I can clear, like, Beatmania, like, any key? Yeah, just like DJ Max. I do wonder though, there's probably a strat to like use any key to like clear like... God, that's like worse than Unmeets you. You'd have to learn like totally wrong keys, not like learn the right keys wrong. You know what I'm saying? That is some kind of thing, alright. Well, alright, I think I've probably lost all my viewers with that BSB stunt. Yeah, alright, I think that's gonna do it for now. Was kind of thinking of maybe doing like a small like other big 5 keys or 2DX stream later tonight. I don't quite know how I feel about that after taking ridiculously long to set this up to get it to the state that it's in now. But if I do stream more, I'll shout out on Twitter. Anyway, thanks everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this like weird and wacky trip through like the most Konmai 5 keys out there. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see you around.